Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world, If Dolls Could Talk. Welcome 2026. Welcome to the new year. Whoa,
Yeah.
Kat, close your eyes. Where do you open them? Whoa, welcome to 2026, Kat.
Oh my God.
Here
Look
you
at
are. Are you excited to be here?
Yes.
Yeah?
Without like doing the whole stupid thing of like, oh, I feel like celebrating the new year in the middle of winter doesn't really make sense to me. But I'm here for the antics and the party of it all
Yeah.
and the goal setting of it all.
So then next year we'll spend it in a more tropical climate, maybe Brazil.
Yeah, because I'm like, I feel like the new year for me starts in the spring. That's when it's like, okay, this is the new year. Like things are blooming again.
What's that called?
So
There's
I
a
go
name
spring
for
to
it.
spring.
Spring rebirth, like Easter.
Yeah.
It's like the new year.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah.
That's when I feel like the new year is. But I'm still here for the party of it all at this time. The tree is still up. I don't know.
I mean, we're less than a week into the new year, so it's allowed to be up.
Yeah.
But it has to be taken down before my birthday.
It is 2026 though.
What does that mean about the Christmas tree being up still?
Well, I'm just taking it in.
Yeah.
Like it just keeps going.
2016 was 10 years ago.
So I did 2016 glam today.
She did.
And she was like, oh, like, is that the glam you would do in 2016? Or is this like this is just my vision of what 2016 glam is, because in 2016, I could not do my own makeup. Like I insert pictures. Like I was so bad at doing my own makeup. I really found my skill last year with makeup and what works on my face. So this is what I would wear in 2016, but I love 2016 was what? Like a really clean brow and like the cut brow. Like, you know what's it called?
What
Carving, brow carving.
Yeah.
Right? That's it. So I feel like I've been into that lately and doing like a really light color on my brow bone, but anyway,
really?
sorry. Yeah.
I feel like I just got out of that. I'm more into just brushing
shadow.
my brows out now.
You are a little thicker.
I'm letting my natural brows really just
Shine.
grow and do their thing. Because
I'm going to say it.
what?
I think this service was great, and shout out to the girl.
Oh, yeah. I was actually about to talk about that too.
Shout out to the girl. I'll let you talk your shit about it, like your positive shit about it. But
Oh, yeah. No,
but
there's no
shit.
shit.
But
Yeah.
In my like personal third party opinion, who doesn't know anything about that kind of what's it called, aesthetic like
Esthetician service, brow laminating.
I don't know
she's
much
talking
about that, but you don't need it. Like now that I've
No,
seen
I
you
don't.
do it,
I know. I know.
but she did a great job.
Yeah, shout out Amira. She did my brows and she did a really good job. But what I learned from getting my brows done professionally by somebody else was that I think thick brows suit my face more than thin brows
love
do.
it.
And I learned that. They still looked good. Guys, she's actually amazing at what she does. She's really good at brows.
She's in Toronto in a good area, so make
Yeah.
sure we'll plug her. But if you're looking for brow lamination, you definitely should hit her up. But she's really bugs though.
Her name's Amira. She actually is. And I'll find her actual Instagram handle and maybe insert it. Through that experience, I just learned what my preferences are with my eyebrows, and that I do prefer thicker eyebrows, and that the way that my eyebrows are, lamination is almost pointless.
So in a sense, you're kind of in your 2016 brow era too, because 2016 brows were really thick. Like remember how
Were they?
thick, girl? Remember, please, guys. Like
Actually, yeah.
my brows were fucking.
Yeah.
When I look back at my pictures, I cannot believe like the block brows. Remember like block brow, and it was like a straight, thick, like fat, chode caterpillar brow.
I do remember that, but I just had those naturally. And I'll never forget the one day that I think I was at a cheer competition or something. And mind you, at the time I was having to do my makeup for like cheer competition, like a performance competition sport. So I did kind of know how to do makeup relatively in those years. But I remember one day I did my glam for a cheer competition, and one of the moms or a coach or something from my gym looked at me.
What did
she was
they
like,
say?
She's like, I just don't understand why you girls love making your eyebrows so thick like that these days. And here I am. I'm like, they're my actual eyebrow. I didn't even fill them in.
That's
like,
part of the.
my eyebrows are so thick.
Yeah, naturally.
Both of us.
But even since I've known you, they've been you do thin them out, like you. But so I haven't seen you with like the thick, but I love it. But anyway,
They get
like
real bush.
2016 just had its own energy, and it is fitting that we're 10 years later. I do feel this energy that I've seen online of people like talking about how we're kind of going back into this 2016 like time capsule. I was looking at like the marketing of it, because I feel like there's different sides to things nowadays. Like there's the consumer side and then there's the marketing side. And like even if we're looking at social media, it's all like consumed and consumer and provider, like supply and demand. And like in marketing, so many things are coming back that were appreciated in 2016. Like I think we're looking at brands looking to connect with people more than they are just trying to get like an influencer doing like a really empty brand deal just for the sake of like their name being associated with things. And like even on TikTok, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've seen so many TikToks with like the 2016 filters, like those colored filters, and I'll show you some.
Like purposely being nostalgic.
Yeah, like purposeful nostalgia.
The filter that's called 2016.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
But the fact that there's something like purposeful nostalgia, I feel like is the perfect way to describe like not just the marketing, but the aesthetic that everyone's chasing. But then I was thinking about it. I'm like, okay, because I got on Reddit, and you know what happens when you get on Reddit? Like you'll believe one thing and then you get on Reddit and like everyone just makes you feel like the biggest idiot because no one agrees like with what you're thinking. I feel like that's my Reddit experience a lot of the time.
I'm not really on Reddit.
I know. But I open
touch
Reddit
and go.
And everyone's like, what is everyone talking about? 2016 was horrible. Like so many celebrities died. Donald Trump was like in office for the first time. Like just there was a bunch of shit that kind of happened. But I think the thing is people are chasing the 2010 to 2014 era. And then I was like, okay, someone said that on Reddit. And I'm thinking like, okay, like, but every time I've ever talked about this to you, the whole 2016 is like rebranding itself. In my head, in the back of my fucking mind, I always think that it's 2012. Like 2012 was the year, because 2012 was the year that.
No, not for me.
I think listen though, I'll get to like, because 2012 was like the year that like movies like Project X came out.
I wasn't watching that in 2012.
We weren't, but I feel like 2016 is what it was because of 2010 to 2014. And it was like LMFAO and neon colors and just party vibes and Pitbull and Timber and this and that.
Yeah.
And then so like 2016 was like this amounted, like it was the last normal year in our human history.
Yeah.
Because everything after 2016 has just been like mashed up. So I feel like 2016 I think is so nostalgic because it's the last year that we all collectively remember being good. Not necessarily that it was that like the sickest year ever, even though I still think it was. Like what the Black Beatles challenge, like all these Harambe, like all these culturally significant moments. But I still think there's something about 2012 to 2014 that really, like the early 2010s that really influenced how nostalgic 2016 is to us today.
Okay.
And so I think with 2026, I think we're just chasing that level of normalcy and connection that like people still had online. Because for the past 2-3 years, everything feels really cold. Like it's just about luxury and like success boasting. And
Yeah.
I've read The Secret. Like we're doing a podcast. You know what I mean? Like I'm all for people like hustling and doing what they're like good at and flexing that. But there's just a level of like emptiness in our like internet today. Like, you know the meme that's like, what was funny in 2025? Like what was actually the funniest thing? Like everything's so like, there is no damn Daniel anymore.
I hear what you're saying about content nowadays and everybody boasting about like success. I always kind of think about this when I'm on my algorithm. Obviously, sometimes my algorithm does its thing.
Oh my God, don't even with her algorithm.
But when it's not like something terribly, I don't know, like offensive or I don't know, crazy.
Like, you know, when you have to work for weeks to like fix your algorithm because you clicked one thing and then you're just like.
Sometimes my algorithm is really brain rot. Half the time, 50% of the time, it is that type of like success stories and everything and people making money. But then I think, because I think to myself, well, how can other people sit on their phone and watch these kinds of reels about people's success stories and people hustling, making money, and not want to go do the same thing? Well, then I think, well, maybe that's just my algorithm because that's the kind of mindset that I carry myself with. And
No,
the
I think
content
it
that
is.
So I don't think everybody's getting that kind of content.
I don't think so either, but I think
then everybody would be rich.
You're right. I agree with you. I think it's like it depends on the algorithm that you have and the person that you are. But I still think we can collectively agree that nothing was funny. Nothing was funny this year. Like there is no moment that will live on like damn Daniel, Harambe. Oh my God, I can't even think of any other ones right now, but I know that
Hawk Tua.
Okay, but that shit was so, even that was like, okay, like that's what's funny today. Like it's literally like Bonnie Blue today, you know? Like that's what's funny. I don't know, girl. I need rich, culturally significant moments that even the Escapi the Pakaki.
Oh, wow.
Was that 2016?
Wow. No, it was way before.
I don't care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we need that. And so that's why I feel like the world is healing. Even the King Kylie thing. But that plays into the whole, like, marketing side of things. I think marketing is really, like, tapping into 2016.
Yeah.
Because that's not, you know, the Kardashians, like, that is calculated. Like,
yeah, of course.
a 2016 rebrand of King Kylie era, that with the blue hair and everything, like, that's calculated marketing.
Maybe the Kardashians are the one driving the entire 2016.
I think they
rebrand.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm happy that 2016 is back. I'm going to live in it. And I think this is my message to the world, is that we all should, and we should collectively heal together. And remember the age of group chats and house parties? Like, I need that back. I need mixed gender, mixed sex.
Co-ed.
I need co-ed. She
wants boy-girl parties.
I don't even want parties.
What is it from Good Boys? She wants to have a kissing party.
Yeah, like, I need co-ed group chats to come back. Where it's like,
oh, we've had some of those, and those people always just
because everyone is like, adulthood just makes people not funny anymore. Like, as I'm getting older, I'm like, I don't even want it. No one's funny anymore. We have one group chat with and that's a really funny, like,
nobody even talks in it.
No one talks in it now
ever, because now shit's awkward.
Is it?
I don't know. It feels a little funny.
But anyway, I need co-ed. Actually, my premise here is I need co-ed group chats with, I don't want to just send reels back and forth. I want conversation, connection. Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Remember when we had, like, Facebook Messenger group chats?
No.
Okay. Anyway, you get my point.
Well, speaking of 2016, something else that came out in 2016, 10 years ago, and just ended a few days ago, is Stranger Things. It's something that I've been watching since the beginning. You have never ever watched it.
I tried to watch the first season, I think, like, between 2016 and 2018, and I never got into it. And I really didn't like Millie Bobby Brown at the time. Like, I just didn't like her as an actress. I didn't like looking at her head.
Oh my gosh.
She
was just a baby.
Yeah, she was.
Kat hasn't really gotten into the series at all, so meaning that the amount of shit that I'm about to start talking about,
I want to listen. I want to hear.
Yeah, she's not really going to be able to but I mean, ask questions.
I'm going to, for sure.
And something I actually will say is I'm not, like, a self-proclaimed Stranger Things expert, okay? So I might actually get things wrong, but I've done my pretty good research, and I have watched the entire series.
You appreciate it, but I feel like you take an impartial stance on it.
On it, yeah. I mean, season 5 kind of sucked leading up to the last episode. There's a big question going on right now asking, did the final episode of Stranger Things hit? And in my opinion, it actually did. I was off my seat I think there was 2 times where I was like, no way. The first time, and I mean, spoiler alerts for anybody who hasn't watched Stranger Things, spoiler alerts, but the first time that had me off my seat in the finale, like, final episode, was when Steve almost fell off of the tower, because everybody had a feeling that somebody was going to lose their life in this episode. And when Steve was about to fall off the tower, but he actually didn't, because that would have been the lamest way to let a main crucial character like that.
Steve?
He started the series dating one of the Finn Wolfhard's character. He started the series dating his older sister, and he started kind of as an asshole. Nobody really liked him. He was a character that nobody liked. And then him and Nancy, Mike's older sister, broke up. But then he kind of became, like, a good character that the kids actually liked and looked up to, despite the fact that, like, there was an ex relationship there.
So he had, like, good character development.
Yeah, and he grew really, him and one of the guys became
main character
really,
guys?
Like, the one that doesn't have the fucking collarbones. Dustin. And
like the one,
he has a disease or something, or like a condition.
I'm not gonna comment.
And he has no collarbones, and he can just, like, bring them together.
Ew.
Fully.
Ew.
His shoulders.
Okay.
Right in front of him. I'll put it in.
Did they make him do that in the show?
No, never. But you always look at him differently knowing that he can do that. But anyways, Steve has really good character development in the series. In the finale, they actually made him just die like that. Like, there's all of this crazy shit, upside down, demogorgons, demodogs, Vecna, like all that shit going on. Really, you're gonna make him die from falling off of a tower? Like, but when I thought that he was gonna,
I get that.
I thought that he fell, and I was like, oh, And then he didn't. And then he got Will's older brother caught him. I can't remember his name.
I think that's the part that I did see in the episode that you made me watch.
Yeah, when I was like,
and you're like, oh my God.
But then the part that really got me out of my seat, I mean, they're kind of making up for the disaster of the entire season. In the last episode, when 11 was in like the tank, because she has to be submerged in water in order to go into the void, which is like a space where she can communicate with other people in this like black space where it's just water on the ground. And she has to be submerged in water with her eyes covered in order to enter the void. And so she was in this tank in the upside down to enter the void. And Hopper, who is like this police officer that essentially adopted her, he was guarding the tank and everything to make sure that, because if somebody she's the one that's like controlling everything and making everything happen from the void. And so he has to protect her body to make sure that she doesn't exit this state. But then Vecna comes and he does mind control on Hopper. Hopper thinks that Vecna is like right there. He tries to shoot Vecna and he goes bang, 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 pa, 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 pa. And then you find out that it was just all an illusion and Hopper was actually shooting the water
Is this just
tank.
one big spoiler alert?
No, I already said spoiler alert.
Oh, okay.
And Hopper's just shooting the water tank that 11's in, and then he realizes that he shot her like fucking like 7 times all in her chest, like he finished her, like he shot her like that many times, but because it was all an illusion, like Vecna played a mind game on him, so he thought he was shooting Vecna, but really he was in like a trance. And he shot 11 and he's like fuck, and he starts like banging on the tank like to break the glass to get her out, and then she comes out and she like wakes up and she's like, why would you do that? Because she was so close to beating Vecna in her mind, so that's what Vecna did to get her out of the water tank so she couldn't beat Vecna in her mind. He got Hopper to like shoot the tank so that Elle would come out of it, and then but she wakes up and all her wounds are gone. And so for a minute you think, oh my God, that's how she died. Like the guy who like essentially adopted her kills her. Like he thinks of her like his daughter, because his backstory, he had a daughter who died of like cancer or something from a really young age. And so it was like Elle was like, he felt for her like she was his real daughter. And you're like, oh my God, Hopper killed Elle. This is how she dies. But then you realize it was all an illusion just to get her out of the tank. He never actually shot her. It was all a mind game that like Vecna was in his mind controlling him. That was like the other moment where I was like, what the fuck? I was like, fuck. Like, I can't believe this is how 11 died. I was out of my seat. I was like, I can't believe this shit right now. And then it was all an illusion. Nothing was real.
So then are people saying that they're going to come back with another episode?
No, so that's not how it ended.
Oh.
No, girl. That was like not even midway through the finale episode.
Okay.
Like it was getting you. Like it was crazy. That was one of the main points. Is one of the big questions is, did the season finale hold up? I think it did. In my opinion, yes, it did. So as we know, for everybody that's watched it, at the end of the final episode of Stranger Things, well, not the very end of the episode, but Elle stays in the upside down and everybody basically watches as the upside down is closing. The upside down implodes and Elle is still standing there in the upside down, and that's the end of her story, and everybody essentially watches it, and this is essentially how we lose her. None of this evil and bad would go away unless Elle and her powers also disappeared with the upside down. So did you know that one of the major theories coming out of the season 5 of Stranger Things finale episode is that Elle is still alive? Fans think that Elle is still alive, and this is not just due to a fan created theory. This is due to very almost a theory created out of the episode. If you guys remember, it's almost Mike's real theory and based on some very hard evidence. First of all, the fact that during that last scene when the military was taking all of the kids and adults alike out of the vehicle, you do see Elle being taken out of the vehicle by military personnel. But it doesn't make sense as to how she wasn't shuddering in pain due to the amount of power suppression devices that were pointed at her. Because if you recall, earlier in the season, there was just one that was pointed at her and she fell down to her knees in pain and was just completely immobile in audible pain. Whereas in this final scene, the final scene featuring Elle, there's probably like 4 or 5 suppression devices pointed at her and she's able to move fine. There's no way that real life Elle could have could have escaped the military personnel to get back into the Upside Down with her kryptonite being thrown exactly at her, disabling her powers. So that's like the first clue as to why fans believe that Elle is still alive, because she had no reaction to the power suppressors. And then the second one being that she entered the void with Mike during this final scene, basically explaining to him that she had to go away with the Upside Down in order to save anyone. And of course, he's heartbroken and he's like, no, you can't do this. But how was Elle able to enter the void in this moment in time if she wasn't in her normal channeling space in order to enter the void? Because as we know, in order for her to enter this psychic headspace, she needs to be submerged in a body of water and she needs her eye covering on. So how was she in this space if her physical body was really just being removed from this truck by military personnel?
So what does that even mean?
It means that they believe that Kali created an illusion of Elle that they were actually with at the time, but the real Elle actually had escaped.
But does any of this actually matter?
Yeah, like this is big. Like this would mean that she didn't die.
Because they're insinuating another season or another episode, or why?
They wanted an ambiguous ending, I think.
Well, they did a good job with that, right?
Yeah, and then one other major telltale sign that this was an illusion of Elle, if she was really in the void with Mike at that time, using her powers to enter the void with him, to channel him psychically, that would mean that she would get a nosebleed. As everybody knows, Elle gets nosebleeds when she uses her powers. And in that final scene, when the Upside Down was imploding on her, you get a very clear image of her face, and she's clearly not having any kind of nosebleed, which means that how could she have been using her powers? How could she have entered the void without getting a nosebleed, without being in a body of water, and without having a face, like eye covering on her? So that's why there is a theory that was not actually Elle. That was just some sort of illusion that everybody was witnessing, and that she didn't actually die. And the very last reason in the end of the episode, which indicates that perhaps Elle is not actually dead and that she just escaped, is the credit song in the end, which is, it's a song by David Bowie. I'll like insert it, the text of what it's called, because I can't remember what it's called, but it's a specific David Bowie song that was only used 2 other times in the entire series. And the first time they used the David Bowie song was in season 1, when they believed that they found Will's body, but it was really his fake body. But we were made to believe in that moment that Will was dead. Will was presumed dead in season 1 when he didn't actually die. And so that's the first time that this David Bowie song was used in the series. The second time the song was used was in season 3, when that big explosion in the lab happened and everybody died, and they had all assumed Hopper died in that explosion because he was previously in the room and he went missing after that. So everybody presumed that Hopper was presumed dead, and that was, but as we all know, Hopper didn't actually die. He was just kidnapped.
So they used this song both times they insinuated someone's death?
When they weren't actually dead.
That's really interesting.
Now this is only the 3rd time in the season that the song has been used.
Oh, she's not dead then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's really good writing.
But then at the same time, everybody's talking about this episode that might be released on January 7th. And of course, by the time this episode comes out, January 7th will have already passed. January 7th is tomorrow. But I don't believe that there's going to be another episode. There might be. Maybe they really did insinuate this. Maybe it is the Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers, that started this whole rumor.
Who are the Duffer Brothers?
The creators of
the writers. Yeah. Okay. Was it based on a book or anything? Or?
Well, basically the whole series, it's surrounding these kids who are really obsessed with D&D, like Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
And so I don't know.
Isn't it based on real life experiments that happened on children? The Montauk experiments?
I think that, I don't know if it's really based on those.
Loosely linked, it has to be. It's like CIA government experiments on like telekinesis and stuff like that.
Maybe, that is what it's based on. Did those happen in the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay, so Stranger Things set in the 80s.
Well, I actually don't know, but it's definitely pre-2000s.
Yeah.
It happened pre-2000s, that's for sure.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe they really are the ones that started this theory about there being another secret final episode coming out. But I just found something maybe half an hour ago that told me that I don't think there is. So the reason why I think maybe another episode is not coming out is because Netflix India made a post where they said 10 years of laughter, da da da, and then they put in quotations and one more episode question mark. But then,
which really deeply insinuates
that there's going to be another episode. So then I went to go look at their profile again, and they changed their caption to something else. Like they took that out of the caption. So I think maybe happened was the real big dog of Netflix came to the specific Netflix India account saying, "Hey, you can't."
Somebody fucked up, basically.
Yeah, like saying you can't use this because there's really not. I think, I don't know.
I think it's really powerful writing in a show or a movie to leave it off that way. Like
completely
some of the
ambiguous.
best, well, because I think it's a way for creators of art like that to keep it alive for a very long time. Because like it'll like, think of the Reddit narratives and the Reddit like Discord that will continue on for years and years and years. Hypothetically, if nothing else ever came out again and that's the end of it, then people will have this like capacity to debate over it for the rest of time.
And
like literally for the rest of time.
Alternate
people love
ending
that.
theories.
Yeah. So I think honestly it's A, it's really good writing, and B, like I don't think it even needs another episode. I think if I watch the show, I'm the type of person that would appreciate no final episode after this, because I think that's really cool to like leave it up to interpret. Rick and Morty's really like that. Like, you know that scene in Rick and Morty, there's an episode where like this cat follows them around the whole entire episode, and then at the end of the episode, like they're trying to ditch the cat, so they Rick like begrudgingly shows him like a video. He plays a video for him, but you as the viewer don't ever get to see the video. So you see the cat watching the video, and the whole time as the viewer, you're like, what the fuck is the cat seeing? Like, you just want to know what the cat is watching.
Oh, yeah, I remember you telling me about this. I don't think I've seen that, but...
And then the cat, like, looks like it's been to hell and back and just walks off into, like, oblivion. And, like, the whole point of the message behind that scene was, like, the creators wanted viewers to know, like, you're not... As viewers, we feel so entitled to storyline. Like, you feel so entitled to the characters and what happens and the development of the plot. And like, it was the way, because I think the writers of that show are a little bit more like edgy, cocky almost.
Yeah.
So it was their way to say like, look, like you see what we choose to show you. Like you enjoy what we show you. So I don't know. I think that's kind of cool if they ended on that note. I think it's better that way.
Yeah.
People still debate the cat episode to this day. So it's like, it's a way to make it timeless in a sense. And it's such a big franchise anyway that they probably had to have had a conversation of like, look, how do we make Stranger Things live on? If this is the end, like what do we do to really make it live on? You know, because it was really big for a long time. So I think I'm team no episode. I think it's a really good writing ploy.
Yeah. No, for real. They did a really good job. On that note, it leads me to my next question. Who do you think would win? Million Labubus versus the US Army?
What is the power of Labubus here? Like, are they dolls fighting, or are they like are they sentient life now? Are those fucking tanks? Okay.
How many members? It doesn't even specify how many members. Oh,
they're done. Labubus are done. Fighter jets? What's in the back? Oh,
the Labubus are done.
for sure they're done.
But honestly, you just asked what the Labubus possess. We don't
know. Oh my god, they flying?
They possess the power of Pazuzu.
No, they're done. Look.
Yeah, we both guessed the army, right? But the military looks so small compared to all those Labubus.
A million Labubus.
And do the tanks ever run out of ammo, or do they just keep going?
And are these guys gonna just stand there as front line, or they get inactive? Oh my god, they're coming.
Well, they're shooting probably right
Oh my god, they're coming, no weapons. This is Labubu genocide. Have the planes even...
The way that the fighter jets are just hovering. They're not actually... Oh my god. Get the fuck out. I'm scared.
Okay, wait, this is violent.
Oh my gosh.
Labubu told us. Oh wow.
So Labubus won?
No, they lost. They only had 2,000 left. There was 217,000 U.S. Army left.
Oh.
Yeah, the Army's gonna win.
I can't believe.
Come on now.
That's crazy.
I knew you were gonna talk about TV shows, and I've been kind of deeply invested in one. and I kind of want to do my show and tell. It's either a hit or miss in our generation because it came out in 2009. I'm giving them a moment to decide what it is. It's Breaking Bad. And Santiana hasn't watched Breaking Bad, but you've seen enough of it.
I've seen enough of it, yeah.
This is literally one of the most brilliant shows, and the only thing that I wanted to say about it, because I feel like we're talking also about good writing in terms of shows, there is like character development. Like there is no show that I have seen. Maybe if I watched Stranger Things, it would be comparable, because Stranger Things is one of those shows where like they were children and it was 10 years of them growing up. So like you really see them growing up, like Miley Cyrus vibes.
Yeah.
But in Breaking Bad, I feel like the character development is crazy, and they make it a point to show you every single mental break and every single like level up or every single descent deeper into like the character Walter White or Jesse Pinkman, which is like into the drug trade and into like criminal activity and stuff like that. So I feel like if anybody's ever looking for a show that really gets into the character development side of things, it's like one of the best ones that I could recommend. But it's really interesting because the color, like when you think about colors, like Stranger Things, the color is red. Like the marketing color behind that show is red.
Yeah.
For Breaking Bad, it's green. And like,
is it? Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
The logo, yeah.
The logo's green, but then it's one of those shows that you really have to watch because there's so many dog whistles. And I mean, you really have to watch closely because there's so many dog whistles, because the color green shows up often in the show. But I'm pretty sure it's like every time you see green, it's them kind of indicating like the symbolism of greed and money, and his one step further into the drug trade, or his one step further into his character, which is his like street name is Heisenberg, but he goes from Walter White to like Heisenberg. And if you picture that as like a spectrum, it's not like a continuum, it's a spectrum of like his beginning and his end, like his, what's that called in like character writing, where it's like they're a character arc where they like hit their peak and then there's like a downturn as well, which I haven't got
like
to
climax.
Yeah, like there's character climax and then they kind of like downturn. I don't think I've got to like his downturn yet, but I've definitely hit his character climax, and it's just so crazy to see him go from like this guy who gets a cancer diagnosis and is like a really square, mesquite, like kind of almost embarrassing family man, to like the leading face behind like the meth drug trade in New Mexico or wherever it takes place. So yeah, it's interesting to see how much green progresses in the show, and the more green he wears, the more that you see the color, the more that you know he's like falling deeper into this world, into this criminal underworld. And
I love when shows use color coding and stuff.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because I really like that too. And once you start looking for little details like that, you'll really start to find them, and like you start to look at the show from like the writer's aspect or like the creator's aspect versus just like consuming this media like frivolously. You know what I mean?
You know a show that's known for color coding their characters?
Let me think. Don't fucking say your gay ass show.
No.
It's a TV show?
Yeah.
The Office?
No.
Because Mindy's always wearing like purple. Or Mindy. I feel like
Kelly?
Yeah. Okay, wait. Let me think one more time. Is it on Netflix?
No.
No, I can't think of anything.
Can I say?
I think I'm blanking, yeah.
Euphoria.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is there? So Maddie is purple.
Yeah.
Cassie is blue.
Yeah.
Kat is like red. Or like
a rich red, yeah.
Yeah. And then Zendaya is what, black?
She's more of a darker, I feel like I can see her in a burgundy. But yeah, she's
because that dark doesn't she always wear like a burgundy sweater?
Sometimes, yeah.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember all of them, but definitely
I think Fez, I mean, R.I.P.
Like green,
to his
right?
character. I feel like he would wear orange for some reason.
I know, I was thinking,
but he also just has red hair, so I'm like, maybe I'm just thinking about that. Yeah, R.I.P. Angus Cloud.
Color coding really, like, it's simple links that your brain will like subconsciously draw, you know? So that's why it's in Breaking Bad, it's the indication of his descent further. And Euphoria, I think it's just for like character aesthetic.
Well, and each color makes you think of something. So it makes sense in Breaking Bad. Green would make you think of like
greed,
money and stuff.
drugs, ambition, like but then criminal ambition.
What's the girl's name? Jules. I'm pretty sure she wears yellow.
That's the sister, right?
No.
Jules. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think yellow for her.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Does she? I think so. Imagine we're right. We'll have to go through all that.
I know, because I would love a comeback for that. I haven't watched that since it came out, and that was really good. I think that show really sparked a difference in how TV shows started to get made. Like, it was just such a out of the box and like over the top acting, and literally thank you Lord for Jacob Elordi or whatever. His role in Frankenstein is literally unreal. And I watched that whole movie and I was obsessed with it, and I didn't even realize until I did my whole Reddit thing after the movie that it was him that plays Frankenstein. Yeah, like literally. And Mia Goth, oh my god, the one,
I don't know who that is.
she's like, don't leave me, you know, like the country girl is like, don't leave me, you said you weren't gonna leave me and you're leaving me, and she's like screaming. You haven't heard her like audios on TikTok?
Maybe I have heard
Mia
that
Goth.
and I'm just not recalling it.
Mia Goth is my aesthetic. Like, I mean, her last name's Goth.
I know,
but
it
she always
sounds like
plays
it.
like a darker kind of like, I feel like she always plays like a darker, grungier, edgier role, like no makeup, not baddie ever, like more just like that thing you do. But anyway, yeah, so Breaking Bad has just been insane. It's really cool to see a show that's like 2009, because I miss that kind of like grainy filter. I don't want to say vintage, but older homes and stuff like that. I don't know, the whole thing has been really great. Oh, and the only other thing about it is that's been interesting to consider is that it's a show where every single character, especially in the main like grouping of characters, because you know there's like the DEA agent who is like the brother, there's the husband, there's the son, there's the wife, there's the DEA agent's wife, there's all these characters, there's the hitman, there's Jesse. And like they do such a good job at making you like all of them equally. Like you'd think in a show about drug trafficking that you wouldn't really like, they'd script it in a way where you don't like the DEA agent, but you can't help but love him. Like, cause you understand everyone's perspective. So I feel like they give everyone good cameos, cause you really do like all of the characters equally. Mm-hmm. And so that was interesting when you were talking about the Stranger Things thing, cause it's like such a common trope to develop a character who you don't like in the beginning, and then you slowly start to like them as time goes on. I feel like The Walking Dead has a lot of character development like that, where it's like you slowly start to like the character. But Breaking Bad doesn't have that. From start to finish, I feel like you like all of them. So that when they get into beef, like when they get into little problems between them, you literally are torn. Like you don't know who to like agree with.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to plot a show.
And it's kind of cool. It's also like the Avengers thing, which I'm not into, you know, but like the universe, I love the crossover between Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
And then they say watch the movie El Camino once you're done the series, so I'm excited to do that. But like I just love this mixing of universes, and it's great marketing, which is a theme for me tonight apparently, but it means I'm gonna go watch Better Call Saul eventually as well.
Yeah,
because now I get it. Like I feel like I know his character.
I've seen clips of like little bits and pieces of Better Call Saul too.
Yeah.
But I had no idea that they were meant to be in the same universe. Yeah, I had no idea, because I had never watched Breaking Bad.
At first, the way it started, like before he was a character, it was just like they'd be walking down the street and there'd be a billboard with Better Call Saul on it. So I was like, oh, that's a good way to incorporate like something of the same universe in this other show. But then it like, you know, now they're really like, that's his lawyer. That's his whole lawyer. Yeah. So I don't know. I think I wanted to bring it up because it's such a popular show. Everyone's watched it, and everyone always says, which I think people will say about Stranger Things, is that like when I've told people that, oh, I'm watching Breaking Bad, everyone's like, wow, I wish I could watch that for the first time all over again. Like you're lucky to like be watching it for the first time, you know, years after it's released. So I'm sure like people will kind of feel the same way about Stranger Things eventually, where people are saying like younger kids growing up are going to be like, oh, I'm watching Stranger Things.
Or even Euphoria.
Because imagine
just watch that all over again.
Like I've heard some people talk about how they had Breaking Bad, they were watching it on DVD. And I'm like, imagine watching that when it came out. I'm watching it for the first time in 2026, you know? So it's like, that's quite a long time later.
Yeah.
So people are always like, wow, like to watch it again.
Almost 2 decades.
Yeah. And it continues to live on. I wonder what the ending is going to be like. We'll talk about it when I get there, but.
Yeah, seriously, you're not even there yet. That's so exciting.
I know.
Who do you think would win? A million CEOs of $1 billion company versus a million heads of HR of the same company.
HR's winning.
You think?
HR is winning.
But HR is a woman. But HR is a woman. Do you think that a woman actually has more?
I think an HR woman has more grit. I think a woman in HR.
We're not talking about grit. We're talking about physical, stamina.
Yeah.
And you know what I think? Because the CEOs are men, and I think that if the women win, they fucked with the settings on it. That's what I'm saying.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
I think the girls have got this in the bag. These are CEOs. Like,
No, clearly they fuck with the setting of it. Look, those women are throwing like real hard punches. The men are just They have the woman setting on for the male
okay, but if
avatar.
this was a million male truck drivers versus a million heads of HR, then okay, fine. But these are CEOs. Like, nothing against
these are
CEOs,
all
but
office people. These are
it's like
all office workers.
Yeah,
at the end of the day, they don't
but
have like
in their jungle, in their environment, the HR Karens. Oh no.
Oh yeah. See, I knew it. Look at all those dead women. That's so crazy.
Oh no.
Oh, they got devoured.
There's not a single one left.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, the last one. Team.
Damn.
CEOs remaining. I don't even think they won by a lot.
They still won. That's the point. It's not about who won by what. It's about who will win.
I know, but the way it looks like there's not a single one left. It looks like they wiped them off the face of the Mars or wherever they are.
Damn. I thought it was gonna be like a million CEOs versus Coldplay. Okay. We'll do one more because I feel like we're about to get into a more serious topic.
A million Barack Obama versus a million ostriches. Ostriches will win. A million ostriches. Am I saying that properly?
I think that the ostriches are gonna.
No, they're literally. Picture an ostrich running at you full fucking speed. That thing would neck you so hard.
Oh my gosh. What powers does
Why?
Barack
Who do you think's
Obama
gonna win?
have?
Guess right now.
Why are they running like
Then
that?
why do they look so white?
He's a very light-skinned man.
Who do you think? It's ostriches for sure.
I think ostriches are gonna win.
No, because they can just grab them by the neck and break necks. Like, if you're really... No, Obama's gonna win. You would just be grabbing these things by the neck.
And it's like
and break the
Obama
neck.
now too. You have to take in he's not a spring chicken.
He's an old man.
He had a spring chicken, and these are
What does it look like? What does the ground field look like? It looks like oh yeah, Obama's got this in the bag.
Yeah, but we're talking about millions. Like we haven't even seen the majority of it yet. Oh,
They're running.
Yeah. What, guys? Do you actually think that Obama would be faster than an ostrich in real life? Wow.
Yeah, come on. Once they build that tactic, that wrap around the back.
Obama's using a weapon.
Oh, it's done. It's done.
Damn.
I don't even think the ostriches got a single one.
Damn.
Oh, that's...
Is this based on real?
Oh my god, is this based
accuracy?
on real life? Remember the ostrich farm where the government went in and killed like a bunch of fucking ostriches at a farm because of a flu or something? Oh my god, is this based on...
No.
Oh my god.
Damn,
wow, that's crazy.
wrong.
They fucked them up. I knew it. They just grabbed them by the neck. But why didn't it tell us how many is left? I wanted to know. You know why? Because I think every Obama is left.
Every Obama?
Yeah. All 1 million of them.
Damn.
That's the dumbest thing ever, though. But it
RIP
does.
ostriches.
See, like, that's the funniest thing we have of 2025.
Epic Wars.
Yeah.
And I think that was more of a 2024 thing, actually. Anthony Joshua was just in a car accident that unfortunately claimed the life of two very close individuals to him. One being his coach, and then another being...
Or a coach, a trainer.
A coach who he was really, really close with, and then another one of his best friends. And today... he just announced that he's going to be retiring from the sport, and which is kind of a big deal. I'm not somebody who follows
From boxing.
or combat sports in general too crazy, but I do watch them. I do actually enjoy watching combat sports. But I couldn't name you a list of, fighters and this and that. I just like watching it. And I do watch the, I watched his recent fight.
Their marketing is so good that so many people watch the boxing events or like the UFC events today. Like it's very popular.
Yeah.
If you have a friend group with men in it, you're definitely gonna see it. Like they're gonna go out to the bar and you're gonna tag along and go see it. That's literally how it's been every time for me, I feel like.
And it's crazy to see him announce his retirement after this, especially thinking about the fact that his last fight would have been the one against Jake Paul,
Which
but
was
then
10 days before the accident.
Really? Only 10 days?
Yeah.
I thought it was longer before the accident.
10 days after he knocked out Jake Paul.
Wow. But I obviously, when you're losing two people that are so close to you, the last thing you're going to be thinking about is the fact that your last fight was against Jake Paul. Obviously, he has bigger fish to fry right now, and he's grieving and mourning the loss.
Oh, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, yeah.
I have a theory.
Okay, so yeah, she found some theories upon this.
Well, I was just looking because you had wanted to talk about it, but I literally don't know this guy. Never heard of him before. Like, didn't. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, I might as well look into it if that's the case. Yeah, I was just reading an article about it. He crashed on like a expressway, like on a highway in Nigeria. I think in Lagos. Yeah, the Ibadan Expressway. So I was looking at pictures because I'm like, okay, like I was thinking about what a car crash in Africa would be like. And don't call me ignorant. I have been to Ghana. I drove on an expressway in Africa. But I just couldn't imagine, like, I feel like our highways over here, people are traveling at very high speeds, like 140 kilometers. But we have like 5-lane highways with like really solid infrastructure. Like the roads are you could race. People shut roads down in North America and do like racing, right? Mm-hmm. So I was just picturing like what would an accident look like. And so there are some pictures that we can like put in of the roadways, but it does look pretty treacherous because I think what happened was their car, they were speeding and like overtaking and stuff, and one of the tires burst on the car, and so they lost control of the car, and apparently it crashed into a parked car. So I was like, how are you driving on a highway but then you crash into a parked car? But from some of the pictures that you see, like it's just the expressway where people are probably going very fast, and then dirt, sand road, like shoulder, and then just parked cars and like little huts and homes and stuff. So anyway, it must have been really bad because apparently the car was like completely like unrecognizable, and like the doors came off and the roof was crushed. But you know what's so interesting is, I don't know if you know this, but like, have you ever heard of people talk about where the safest place to sit in a car is?
I've heard that it's behind the driver's
It is
side.
behind the driver, because like instinctually the driver is always going to maneuver the car in like a near-death experience to protect themselves, and so like sitting behind them is usually the safest place in the car to sit, which is where he was sitting, and he's the only one.
Him and the driver survived.
Okay. Oh, right, because the driver was, I think he was charged like with he got a bunch of charges.
Yeah, reckless driving.
Yeah, no license. Like,
really?
Yeah, driving without a license, reckless endangerment, like reckless vehicle operation, like a bunch of different things, negligence as well. But it's just so interesting because that theory I think holds true so many times. Like, if you're gonna get into a car with multiple people, fuck shotgun, like call behind the driver. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So thankfully he's okay. Like, this picture is so sad. Like, I think this is the family of one of the people who passed away.
Yeah.
A lot of people were speculating on the internet that people were downplaying, or like government officials were downplaying the severity of the accident, which is just interesting. I don't even have any other comment on that. I just saw a lot of articles talking about that point without really like elaborating on what that means. So I feel like, I don't know if people think something else happened, or like if there's more to the story.
Honestly, I hate to say it, but I mean, I've never been to Africa, but I have driven in countries where the roads weren't straight, you know? And yeah, they'll just be having the most random like cars parked on the side. Yeah. Or even just cars that have already been in accidents and they just get left there. Yeah. So
there's this theory that was sent to me that was like, I was talking to somebody saying like, oh, we were going to talk about Anthony Joshua. What's his name? Anthony Joshua.
I just got so confused.
I was talking about how we were going to talk about him, and he was like, take a look at everyone who's fought Jake Paul before, currently, and then after their fight with Jake Paul. And it's so interesting because there's this theory that everyone who fights Jake Paul suffers from some kind of like tragedy after the fight.
Yeah, some kind of ailment.
Something happens to them. So there was that one guy, I don't know his name. There was the one guy who fought Jake Paul, and then not long after, his lung collapses. There was another guy who fought, I think his name was like Chavez or something, who fought Jake Paul, and then he was deported after his fight with Jake Paul. And now there's Anthony Joshua, who 10 days after fighting Jake Paul gets into a tragic car accident. It's like the Kardashian curse. It's like the Jake Paul curse.
I was actually about to say that. But I do see that man doing like weird witchcraft practices.
Who?
And Jake Paul.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's literally a curse. Like is that a coincidence for real?
I seen a video of him where he's has some sort of person. I don't know if it's like what are they called, like a shaman or like or so. Maybe it's just a witch. But he's laying like
he's
this,
super the type.
and they do like something on him, and then he like makes his eyes start going back. I'm like, please, are you serious? And especially, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't claim God or anything like that, but like, come on, like, don't be doing that. I don't like with that witchcraft shit.
I think
if that's
there's a
what you
bunch more.
practice. That's weird. Like, why are you trying to defy God like that?
Read that post underneath the video, and it says like it's a list basically.
Oh, of all the things.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. Like, I don't think the list is like too serious, but it just shows.
Oh, okay. I'll read it. Okay. People who fought Jake Paul. Nate Robinson, never heard from again.
I wonder what that's about. I don't know what that's about.
I don't know.
I feel like the guys might know what that's about.
Yeah. Ben Askren, lung failure, almost died. Tyron Woodley, bankruptcy. Tommy Fury, breaks up, runs marathons versus middle-aged women. I don't know.
One Tommy Fury versus a million middle-aged women.
So a lot of them just, okay, well, one guy had health issues. A lot of them, their careers are just tanking.
And
Ryan Berlin stopped boxing, became a plumber.
Where are you now?
I like, what? You went from fighting and
no,
really
I don't
big
highly
live
doubt
Netflix?
it. This is the Jake Paul curse.
Wow.
This is seriously, yeah. So be careful. If you're going to get into the ring with him, you might experience some unexpected life events after.
I don't like that witchcraft stuff.
I know.
None of that. I'm not here for it.
But that sucks. It's a horrible way to start off the new year for him. So hopefully he recovers mentally and physically.
Yeah, condolences. Seriously sucks to have something like that happen and then have to announce your retirement.
Yeah.
Well, having to feel like you have to announce your retirement.
I think when you come away from near death experiences, especially when you're already doing like a very risky job like boxing and stuff, like you kind of probably just have this moment where you realize like, oh, life is sacred and let me just like enjoy family and like the memories I've made, especially when you're that successful. Like he can afford to step back, and like pursue a different passion like plumbing. So who knows?
But a near-death experience is one thing, but a near-death experience where you're lose two people,
of course,
you get survivor's guilt.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Survivor's guilt is a really hard thing to live with.
I doubt that I think he had fights coming up, so I doubt he's going to be in anywhere. Like, I think people were speculating whether or not he's going to be mentally fit to like even do that.
Well, now
he won't. Yeah, so that was crazy.
R.I.P. to his coach and his friend.
Yeah.
It's kind of a sad note to leave off on the podcast.
Oh, no.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the first episode of 2026.
Oh, yeah. That's exciting. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
2016 is here again.
Yeah.
We're going to live it up. I feel like putting on some like Steve Aoki and David Guetta and Zara Larsson.
Oh,
Zara Larsson.
I don't know who the other two are, but apparently Zara Larsson, I've just got into her within the last month.
You just said you don't know who the other two are? Steve Aoki and David Guetta.
David Guetta I've heard of.
Steve Aoki.
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay. We'll talk about that off camera.
She's going to show me.
No, I'm going to scold you. What do you mean you don't know Steve Aoki, the Asian guy with the long hair, the DJ, and he always did the cake throws like at his stage. Don't even PMO right now, actually.
I'm not.
Let's just close out this episode.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah. Oh, Stranger Things and Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Character development
For us too. Thanks for watching our character development personally and for sticking with us to the end. And we're growing with you. Thanks for being here with us.
See you later.
Bye.